If it's a flicker, then even more dangerous Kufra could be in the hands of Chaknu. Here we go. Indeed, that is all she wrote. The lineup for Execration, it's about as much as you expect. And for Mpl-Ph, again, ladies and gentlemen, a position for Barats. Laning-wise, where might be a weakness here that Execration can push the advantage for? Because given they have the early game.
Well, right now, Execration could definitely just go in clearing out the wave and trying to poke out Greed while doing so, because Greed, as this Barats, could possibly just clear out the waves as good as any mid laner given the space. You don't want to give that Barats the space. You have the range to poke him out, do so. But this is going to be a hard task for Execration, mainly because you have a Selena in the mid lane, not the biggest of wave clears in the early game.
Yeah, and even in the late, not at all. You kind of have to hit the minions the old-fashioned way. Greed here put out about a fifth of his health. Etomax jumping right on him. Again, the beautiful stun skin on Selena here showing off. I think I stand corrected. It's JP showing us a little bit of diversity, but check this out. Kelra gets blasted. First blood. JP draws.
This is great for Aura Philippines. Even greater if it didn't go to the Estes. But then again, first blood is first blood. In Aura Philippines, after getting that 400 gold, the question remains, what will they do with that small favor that they got near the bottom side? The turtle hasn't spawned yet, so I feel like they're just going to go back to their former, or let's just say their regular rotations around the map until the first objective spawns.
Yeah, this is dangerous given that First Blood went over to the team that was supposed to have the iffy start. Interesting to see. As soon as we get back into the matchup, we will see where exactly Chaknu was, so that, you know, he could have possibly been there to help stop this. But just the same, we have to understand, Aura Philippines drafted so well. Aura Philippines kind of closed up those gaps and gave Greed here a hero that I've seen this play by Reflecia. The Barats just love to stay in that lane. He's just going to stay in that lane and push the advantage. That's what I expect. And again, you take that big guy in combination with the healing from the Estes, then all the more he is going to just be a tank, a siege engine, if you will. Wami, now the ball is in Aura's court. What do you think is going to go on?
Well, Aura right now, they do have the driver's seat right now, that's for sure. That first blood will give them momentum, but I feel like Execration still has, I would say, the edge in the early game. 400 gold is a big thing, but not as big as the power spike or the immediate power spike that Execration will get, especially on this Lancelot. Yes, the Claude died in the first 2 minutes of the game, but they could potentially just go back and perhaps farm even safer at the early mid-game phase. But they have to make sure that when that happens, they've already secured at least one skirmish working out for them, because at the end of the day, they're the one that has the aggressive tools early on. That Thorn Rose plus Phantom Execution, if Chak Mamba is able to just set it up perfectly for the Lancelot, it's going to be a good time for Execration by early game or by mid game. If that actually just covers the fact that the Claude died out early. So it's going to be a lot of what-ifs for Execration, that's for sure. And we have to wait for this pause to end to just see what Execration would do in response of that first blood being taken out of them.
Yep. Might have been an option here is the swap. I mean, given up top, you are facing off a Benedetta in the hands of Kilowash. He's played the hero 3 times in all of MPL Season 7. Won 2 out of the 3. And I'm taking those odds as compared to Reflecia, who's played 5 games, won 100% of them. So I think Kelra will have a better time there, because I see exactly what Mpl-Ph is doing. Mpl-Ph, you did mention, Execration has to be aggressive, has to choke out Benny Cutie early on. And Mpl-Ph, their answer here is, yeah, why don't we just go to Benny Cutie? Why don't we be the counter-aggressors here and make sure that our Alice gets to the late game? Checking out the map once more. Where was Chaknu? Where's the Mamba? Oh, he was on the way!
On the way, but a little bit too late to save Kelra down the gold lane. But this is going to be a good time for Alice for now. And I feel like Aura Philippines, they will just get what they could take after that first blood. And there's not much objective, so I feel like they just took it and left.
There's a whole dance that Aura has to do, and I stand corrected. Greed is actually rotating up. I think they're going to try to give Hierenzio a bad day. but just the same, he's gonna come back. Renzio, Baksha, Unity roll out, looking for a target. 2 minutes in, first turtle coming up. I feel like there's more Etumax could do. I feel like looking where the traps Etumax laid are, there's one in the purple, and I don't see where the other one is. I feel like they can do better to help secure this turtle. What are your thoughts?
Well, right now they do have position to contest this turtle out of Aura Philippines, but looks like a 2v1 here at the top side would only result to Etumax bleeding.
Yeah, Etumax bleeding and Kilowash getting a recall, but just the same, that's not the kind of space you want. Kelra here with a cheeky blazing a duet, not much, just barely even scratching Greed. This is a very late turtle. As per the average here in MPL Philippines Season 7, we're approaching 3 minutes, and neither jungler is close to actually securing.
Yeah, and speaking of late things, let's talk about one early thing though. Clock of Destiny early for the Alice, but looks like JP.
Oh, he's in trouble. Greed gets the Tonas. Welcome, throwing one into the wall. Flicker out. In comes Kilowash. Etumax gonna survive, just walking away. There's the Poissons. KelVJ is in trouble. Execution out. They are gonna continue, and this is all thanks to JP. Renzio falls. What? A minute in and nobody went home. A minute in and all members of Aura are in fine shape.
Well, this is why you pick up the Estus. The Estus healing coming in from JP. The bait started out as a very dangerous task, but that's why you call it a bait. You almost died to one member of Execration, pulled them in a situation that they do not want to be in, and eventually just heal up everything that you took. And what a play coming in from Aura Philippines. That's another kill, plus the turtle.
Huge psych. And just like that, Execration left here wondering where it all went wrong. And just the same, they revert to a strategy that they know is safer. They are now going to try to pressure Benny Cutie. We see here Benny Cutie goes for the recall, and they go back to securing their side of the jungle, which is okay, but it's less than optimal. Again, in the first 10 minutes, you are ahead. Your lineup should be the one pushing the advantage. But right now, Mpl-Ph, they're up about 2,000 gold. Execration left to their own side of the map. And yeah, we have JP to thank, who, by the way, is debuting the Estes.
Yes, and this is something that is very baffling for a lot of people because, again, the early game power spike should be in the hands of Execration, but for some reason, Aura Philippines has been playing very well even with the power spikes against them, and this is mainly because of how they rotate around the map, how they actually call their shots, and I feel like this is why Mpl-Ph is built differently right now. Anything they draft will be an early game draft, mainly because they play that way. If we look back to their past few games in the MPL, they always got signature picks like Natalia, who's notorious for being an early game assassin. And when we talk about an Aura Philippines that knows how to play in an early game centric lineup, any draft you put to them, it's always going to be aggressive unless you match it with the same level of aggression, with Execration failing to do that in this game.
And again, I'd hate to continue singing the praises for Mpl-Ph, but given their ever advantageous position here in the early game for game 1, I love how Greed picked up the Barats. This is a throwback to Greed from Season 4, wherein he was, an in-and-out sixth man for Onyx-PH in their debut in MPL. And yeah, he would originally play tank, then he would kind of swap in and out to the Gushen. It just shows how amazing and how intelligent a player here Greed is. And this is, again, another development towards that direction. He's playing a tank, and I thought it was going to be an interesting Barats, but as it is, this is already pretty off-meta, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you usually see Barats in the XP lane so that he can get his stacks faster, get skills faster, get items faster, but now he's taking and doing the hugest sacrifice. I'm playing 5 here. I'm the tank. I get items very, very slowly, but just the same, as a Barats, it kind of makes sense. Like, I just need stacks, and I can hold it down.
Yeah, and not just hold it down, but he has been tanking damage as well in early fights. And we talked about the early game power of Execration. When you have someone like Barats in the mid lane that could get healed up by the Estes as well, it builds this pseudo tank early on, even without the big items for Barats just yet. And we've seen that in the latest bait that happened. Daytona's Welcome got one, he flickered away to the Estes, and the Estes healed him back to almost full health. This is a big way to negate an early game power spike, and it's quite amazing if you think about it. Coach Dale really is a genius when it comes to making sure that they counter out that very aggressive lineup coming in from Execration. But let's see if Execration could find something work out for them. They still have the power to do so. One mistake from Aura Philippines could revive that potential.
Kilowash. Oh, interesting. Clicks the Electo final blow, going 1v1 against Renzio. Not exactly a hot place to do that. JP here to the rescue, trying to save Greed. Greed at about 3/4 of health, and he wants more. He says, make my day. All this while, Mpl-Ph was pushing down bottom. So much pressure on this young man, Kelra.
And Kelra is one of the prime carries for Execration. One part of the KK combo where you can just want to see them both carry. VJ is in a good spot, but Kelra, not so much. This is what you want to do when you're up against a Claude. Just beat him up early on. It's the same thing that Aura is doing to their Alice. Looks like Benny Cutie's just having a good time at this point.
Yep. So far, Chaknu not able to do much Chaknu things. But that's what Mpl-Ph's lineup does here. Wait, check this out in the back line. Renzio caught out in a bad spot. Puissant's gonna try to survive, and he's lasting a little longer than expected. But yeah, Kilowash says I've had it with his noise.
Man, that is just too deep coming in from Renzo. I have no idea on why he is in that area. If you want to put some vision in, you could have just got in that same vision from a safer place. But looks like they will still get the turtle though.
Retribution Lords. KillVJ, check this out though. They are running low. That's Lord Hades slain here by KillVJ from the back lines. They want more. KillVJ onto Greed. Oh, but JP, they're tag team.
Oh no.
They're tag teaming the King, and they trade 1-for-1, core for core. And now Greed still stands. The heals are here, but Renzio says, stop it. This is my specialty. The Baksha takes down the Barats. Now Benny Cutie caught by a 3-second stun, and that's going to be Chaknu failing to finish the job. I don't blame him, but there's the Mamba doing Mamba things. He does trade, but again, another kill for JP, sitting at 4-0-1. He's a core Estes.
Well, it's a 3-4-2 in the favor of Aura Philippines, and that core Estes right now, 4-0-1. We're laughing at it. He has a lot of gold. This isn't what you want exactly, but you have a lot of gold in your Estes, which means it's gonna be an early. Look at that though.
What? Where was this Kelra all this time? Blazing Duet in, putting Hades and JP at less than half health apiece. Amazing intro, but unable to finish the job. But just the same, very effective. Execration. Kelra says put respect on it.
Yeah, and now demanding respect. Chaknu finds one. Actually, the Alice goes in.
Yep. Oh, he's in the middle of 4. This is too much. The Mamba's gonna go down. He says welcome. Greed says to where? To death. As Kill is going to survive. Phantom Execution out. The Mamba is already out of the equation, and they're running out. Etomax here chased down by Kilowash. Mpl-Ph is going to take another turret.
Wow, this is really baffling for me. Aura Philippines, they're taking down objective after objective. It feels like Execration has lost their early game power spike, but that's the stun landing on Benny Cutie. Won't mean at all though. That's a lot of turrets already down on the side lanes for Execration. This is going to be bad because they're going to lose priority over major objectives like the Turtle and the Lord.
And just like that, their only safe haven left is mid, the main artery. That's all right. I mean, better that than nothing. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the last turtle standing. All 5 members of Execration grouping up. This is not where you want to be against a team or a lineup that Aura has. Because again, there's Benny Cutie. He can ode in your face. There's Greed who's just happy to Daytona welcome anybody. Like that's a confirmed kill. So Mpl-Ph, wow, just steamrolling through the early game and effectively accelerating everything when Benny Cutie goes online. And right now, Benny Cutie is ever the threat. Let's see how Execration answers this. Mid lane, first tier turret taken out by Aura. Renzio jumping through the back. He knows it's too dangerous. At least Kel is getting his buff here.
And right now, for Aura Philippines, they established such a good lead. That's one getting caught off guard.
Rage into the revenge, and Kelra is doing amazing here, but they can only do so much. They take out Lord Hades. Could this be the turnaround of a lifetime? Kelra gets taken out. JP is down as well. That's 2 cores on the side of Aura PH. And Greed stands. Kilowatt says, I'm out of here. You got this, Barats. No, you don't. And now Kilowatt, he wants more. It is going to be a delayed wipeout. It's just Benny Cutie left. Nice jump by Renzio. Oh, he misses the arrow. And just like
they're still going at it.
Want to go for it. Run, Kilowatt, run. Underneath the turret.
He's regenerating.
Oh, he's doing all right. That's going to be the one. That's one more. Renzio finishes the job. You can take forever, but we're going to get you.
Execration, they finally found the fight that they wanted. Chaknu only got 1, but it wasn't that big of a deal anyway, because Execration, when everyone had eyes on Chaknu, they went in the backside, and Kellera was able to deal so much damage that nobody thought that Etomax could immediately assassinate 1. At some point in that game, JP was already at 100 HP for after a split second of time. They got down the heal, they took down the healer. Nora Philippines felt lost. This is the problem when all of the gold is in your healer.
And that's crazy. Again, JP, as a joke, saying he's a core Estes. He was the MVP from Season 4, the overall season MVP, playing as Aura PH's back then Sunsparks' core. This time around, again, it's not so funny. You wish that these kills were on someone else. You wish it was on Lord Hades. And just like that, Execration, yes, they are in control, supposedly, based on the lineup in the early game, but now it's Kellera's turn. I wonder where they found the gold and the time to give Kellera this much.
This is a very interesting chart to see later on, the moment we go down to Midnight's analysis. But right now, Execration, they have a Claude online. This is what they want. Running that Avarice as well, perhaps giving him a little bit of more gold to play around with. Enough gold to deal more damage in that fight. And eventually, Aura Philippines has to burn out that ultimate from the Estes because of the Abyssal Arrow. This is going in the favor of Execration after one mistake from Aura.
Yep, they have closed the gap now. It's 33k apiece, and this is a team fight waiting to happen in mid. Neither team willing to commit. Exactly, you're right, Uomi. Our analyst's analysis from after the game should be interesting. That's going to be Wolf bringing it. But now Green is caught out. He's in trouble. Flicker out.
Benny
With
Cutie,
about a fifth of his health. Benny Cutie, he found his target. Etomax, your mind. Down goes to Selena. Now in mid. Kellera with the blazing do what? Takes out
The Lancelot is gone.
But actually, it's going to be Kiel first. The king falls. And all members of Aura are still alive.
Oh no.
Down goes Rendio. The turnaround to the turnaround. It's a 3 for none.
Chaknu and Kellera are the only members alive, and looks like mid lane will be the next objective to take for Aura Philippines. It feels as if that Aura Philippines almost lost that fight, but Benny Cutie went in for the MVP play, and this might just be game.
Yeah, exactly. I can only imagine what Midnight and Butters are feeling like over in the Filipino cast. But here in English, it's gonna be on like Donkey Kong, because Aura PH better be smarter and say, you know what, we penetrated, that's great, but I think we should go for the Lord. They have objective, they have priority, and just the same, they just don't have health. Here you can see now how JP is kind of falling off.
Well, JP could potentially just wait for the ultimate, but looks like Aura Philippines, they call for the back off just yet. They want to make space for the Lord, but looks like they want to regen a little bit before they do so. They don't want to burn the blessing of the Moon Goddess just yet. Want to save it in a big moment as when Execration just goes in for the fight. I just want to point out as well, JP is running a Purify, which means if ever he does get caught out by Chak Mamba, it's going to be an easy way out to just immediately heal out everything. So I think JP is out of the equation. The moment that Purify is up, Chak Mamba can't choose to get the healer first.
Yeah.
The next option should be immediately, or the prime option is Lord Hades.
Yeah, and you're right. I think the term is not out of the equation, but not a priority. Like,
Yes.
it would be a waste for the Mamba to go for JP. I totally agree. And right now, interestingly enough, I could have sworn that arrow hit, but look at this. Greed says, welcome to your friend, and that's going to be the Mamba taking out Lord Hades, gets the kill. Finally, I believe only his second in the game. All right, so interestingly enough, the only second kill for the Granger here. And right now, Execration doing their best to juggle waves and as well try to go for a contest. Wami, what are their odds here?
The only way that they're going to contest this if Renzio is able to find a good position at the start, but I feel like they're going to have to surrender this because it's going to be way too risky. Yes, they have the Lancelot with the Thorn Rose and Retribution combo. It deals a lot of damage, but the question is, will you even get close? And if you do steal the Lord, will you survive afterwards? That's a lot of risks to take, and I feel like they already know what happened the last time they tried to steal away the Lord. They lost a game.
And Uwami, I gotta say, Uwami, that is so key. If a team decides that they're gonna give it up, and then one of their members say, no, I think we can do this, that could be disastrous. That could be the turnaround. Right now, that's gonna be all lanes crashing into Execration, top, middle, and bottom. Minions and me and minions. Lord knocking in as well. That's all.
Shock doing the backside.
Almost out. Let's see. Shock Mamba catches one. That's Lady Cutie with the Tyrant's Rage as well. Plus Kelra blazing the whip. But Mpl-Ph is feeling blessed. Is it enough? No, it's not. Kill DJ first goes down. Traded out for Benny Cutie. The king falls, but Kelra, one half of the double kick connection, gets revenge. And JP on with the immortality. Oh, Lord Hades says, you know what? I can't save you, man. That's going to be a 3-for-1 at the price of 2 inhibitors.
That Shock Mamba slithering out of nowhere. We did not notice it until the final second that Shaknu found that opportunity. 2 people are down for the side of Aura Philippines, which means they have the opportunity to just drop down a few turrets, but I feel like they can't end the game just yet unless they find another target.
What? Just Chaknu doing Chaknu things. Catches Lord Hades at an angle nobody expected him to. This is the power of Joshua Mangilog. The Chak Mamba always slither in where you don't expect it. What a pickoff.
Well, I have to credit Etomax for that. He was the one who found that pickoff. A great abyssal arrow to set up Chak Mamba. The Chak Mamba would be nothing without his friends. And Etomax, what a great play for him. Almost dropped down. Actually, they did take out the immortality out of Lord Hades
First,
as well.
Yeah. Interesting. Wow. Etomax sitting at 5-1-5. Come and battle, come and battle. It's time for the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 2021. The song is different. Together we achieve more. Yeah.
So yeah, together we achieve more.
But we apologize for the technical pause, but just the same, it could still swing either way here, Wami.
Definitely.
Yes, true Execration is bleeding from 2 lanes here, middle and top, but what was that? 2 times now back to back off Chak Mamba's initiations. They get early pickoffs, easy pickoffs on Mpl-Ph. What's going on?
Well, not just pickoffs. The last time Chak Mamba found that Viper's bite in the end, that ultimate on 3 people inside their own base, I actually don't know on how he reached that position first. It's like he has a rival or something, but he doesn't.
It's a flicker. It's the Tyrant's revenge was flicker.
No. He was in the backside when he went in for the leap, so I don't know how he was able to sneak.
But the thing came from here.
Yeah, he was able to sneak on the backside. I have to watch the replay the moment I go home, or maybe even after this match, but that was an insane play. But going back to the topic at hand, when they do get that big setups coming in from Chaknu, it allows Kelra, it activates Kelra so much that the Blazing Duet could finally be felt for the first clean 2 seconds. And when you give that enough space, if the Estes immediately falls down, man, or the Philippines, it feels like they don't even have a fed healer. And we're not joking when we say fed healer.
Yep, he really is quite fed. I mean, compared to even the gold laner and the jungler, JP has taken gold, kill gold for a majority of this game. But right here, right now, still sitting at it's ever closer, man. 51 point something K to 51 point something K. I think the only thing that Aura has on Execration are turrets and a Lord, but that just speaks to how much Execration really has a grasp on this game. The only scaler on the side of Aura right now is the Alice, but for Execration, at this point, I want to count Chaknu as a scaler. Like every minute, every second you play against Chaknu, he knows where you are. He gets better at it. Renzio here in trouble. Pops the Puissance, but against 4 members of Mpl-Ph, maybe too much to ask to survive.
This is unfortunate, but looks like they're gonna take one out as well. Greed will not yet though.
What? Daytona's welcome into a heel flicker back. They take down the king. Lord Hades happy to be of service here, and just like that, Benny Cutie may have. Oh no! They need to chew. The answer is yes. Etomax gets another, and here comes the cavalry. Mpl-Ph gonna answer back. Greed more than happy to catch an arrow here. The trade's gonna be a 2-for-1. Was that worth it, Uwami?
Well, right now they have 3 members guarding the base. Mpl-Ph could potentially want to end this, but they decide not to. I feel like it's not that safe. You're still going up against a Claude late game that has a flicker up. Again, Chaknu and Kelra is more than enough for a possible 2v5. We've seen a 4v5 happen, but I'm telling you, a 2v5 is completely possible for Execration. With a great setup from Chaknu, Kelra could position extremely well.
Not even counting Etomax, he's actually here too.
Yeah, I mean, Etomax will surely
Etomax confirms kills.
Confirms kills. But the one to set it up, a 2v5 is very much possible here, even without Etomax. And Etomax, with that squad, Mpl-Ph just calls it quits. They want to get the Lord first.
Yep, don't sleep on the Chaknu Kelra connection. It's not as cool as a double K, never mind. It's just Chaknu
It's a
and
CK.
Kelra. Yeah, but yeah, back to the action here. Both teams jockeying for position, trying to go for this Lord. Man-to-man defense down bottom. Kilowash versus Renzio. Kilowash sending in quite the huge wave that Renzio has to deal with the old-fashioned way. Again, the X factor here for Execration. He has to take one X's shot to make it all count, and that's going to be Chaknu. Hold up, he misses the rage. He misses one. Oh no, he has the rage. The revenge is the one he misses.
Oh no,
Kelra is in trouble. Here comes Kilowatt from the back lines. Oh, that's fine. It's fine. They're pushing him back.
Well,
We reset.
that was a little bit too risky for Kelra. I gotta say, that almost lost them the game. But you know,
Not
it's
optimal.
a calculated risk, I would say.
Yeah, but did we die?
Did we die?
But
Not
did we
so
die?
much. Will they be able to contest this?
No! Renzio, you mad lad! Stealing the Lord from underneath Mpl-Ph's nose. But they do lose Etomax. Is that worth it? No, I think the answer is yes. As the king falls, both members of Execration, Etomax and KLVJ falls. Renzio walks away with impunity. What?
This is a 3v5. Kelra's still alive. If miracles happen, it should happen now. They're gonna go for the base. Chaknu, still healthy.
Oh, and look at this. Kilowatt making sure that Renzio can't go home. So it's technically a 2v4 defense. Lord here gonna act as a meat shield from Mpl-Ph's damage. And they don't have a wave. They don't have a wave. Look at this. Kilowatt and Renzio. They're just,
Battling it out.
both two-time champions.
Man-to-man defense. He goes in.
Kelra with the blazing duet, and they go for the welcome. The throne is welcome. Down goes Kelra, and I think that is going to be the nail in the coffin for Execration. Mpl-Ph able to outplay and outsmart Execration at the very last moment. Congratulations.
Oh man, look at these faces. You know that they were satisfied with that ending.